Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Before we get into today's game, we have some transaction news to share with everybody. The Cubs got some bad news on the status of closer Craig Kimbrell. He is going to miss 11 months for elbow surgery and has been placed on the 60-day injured reserve. In response to this news, the Cubs have signed relief pitcher Sam Tuivailala off of the free agency wire, and additionally, Cubs general manager Matt Eisenhammer, delivering on his promise to remake the Cubs bullpen, has executed another trade. Eisenhammer has actually become the skilled master at the menage a trade, as he has successfully dealt with two trading partners at the same time. The Cubs have sent Jeremy Jeffress and first baseman Mike Ford, who was on the team for about a week, to the Kansas City Royals. The Royals, in turn, sent some minor leaguers over to the Detroit Tigers, and the Tigers have sent Isaac Paradas and Joe Jimenez back to the Cubs. From the Royals, the Cubs have received Ian Kennedy and Trevor Rosenthal, plus minor league starting pitcher Yohannes Morel, and some cash in return. Now, let's get on to today's game. The Cubs are going to host the Washington Nationals in Game 3 of a 3-game set. The two teams have split the first two games, with the Cubs staging a dramatic comeback rally in the ninth inning of Game 1, and then having a rally fall short in the late innings of Game 2. Today's game, and let's get this started right now and look at some lineups. Today's game is going to feature the Nationals' Max Scherzer on the mound. He is 3-4, making his ninth start of the season with a 5.12 ERA and a 1.06 WHIP. He will be opposed by the Cubs' Chris Archer, who is making his ninth start of the season. He is 2-3 with a 4.20 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP. Scanning the lineups quickly, I see that the Cubs are pretty much sending out their standard go-to lineup, except with Santana, the switch hitter, playing in center in place of Almora today. And the Nationals lineup, although the positions are flipped around a little bit, looks pretty standard. Wilmer Difo is going to be the third baseman today, and Kurt Suzuki will be back doing the catching duties. Otherwise, let's get this game started. It is 67 degrees in Chicago today. Wind blowing right to left at 11 mph. And let's play some ball. Chris Archer, standing on the mound for the Cubs, going to face Washington leadoff hitter Adam Eaton. 1-ball count. Archer comes to the plate. Eaton lines it into left field. That is going to be played on one hop, or maybe he even trapped it over there in left field. I don't know. It looked like he kind of went down to scoop it up, but Tauschman was not able to catch it on the fly, and Eaton has a single. Soto now the batter. He was the killer in yesterday's game. 1-2 count to Soto, and he hits it hard down in the right field corner. Another hard hit ball off the bat of Soto. He's coming into second with a stand-up double. The runner, Eaton, is going to come around from first all the way home to score, and Washington leads 1-0 on the Soto double. He has just been killing the Cubs in this series. Trey Turner now the batter. Nobody out. Runner on second. Top of the first inning. Popped up to right. Hayward coming in. He's going to catch it, and Soto will not test Hayward's arm today. At least not in that situation. Eric Thames will now be the batter for the Nationals. 1 out. Soto still standing on second. Full count. Payoff pitch. And Thames hits it to straightaway center field, basically directly at Santana out there in center. He took about 1.5 steps to make that catch. Soto still on second for Asdrubal Cabrera, who comes up with a 2-2 count. And strike three swinging, Archer, after allowing 2 base hits to lead off the game, retires the next 3 Nationals in a row. The Washington does have a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the first. Tauchman will be the next batter for the Cubs. He's going to lead off in the bottom of the first inning. Scherzer on the mound looking for the sign. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a base hit into right field. He gets it by the second baseman. Tauchman leads off the game for the Cubs with a single. And now David Fletcher will be the batter. 2-0 count to Fletcher. Fletcher pops it up on the infield. It looks like the shortstop is going to have it. That'll be out number 1. Trey Turner squeezes it. And now Rizzo the batter with the shift on. Turner playing on the first base side of second. Rizzo just needs to get it in the air to beat that shift. 1-2 count. And he hits it into left field. He hits it against the shift over the third baseman's head. And Tauchman is going to go from first all the way to third on Rizzo's single. Baez now the batter with 1 out, runners on the corners. Good piece of hitting right there by Rizzo. 0-1 count. He hits it on the ground to short, throw to first for 1, over to first to complete the double play, short to second to first. And the Nationals get out of the inning despite having 2 Cub base runners. We go to the top of the second of a 1-0 game. Robles will be the batter with an 0-1 count against Archer. Robles lines it right at Baez, and he makes the grab to put it away for out number 1. Suzuki now the batter with a 2-2 count. Archer looks in. Here it comes. Strike 3 swinging. That fastball looked like it had a lot of movement on it. Suzuki could not catch up with the high heat. And now Wilmer Difo will be the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 0-2 pitch to Difo. Grounder up the middle. Fletcher dives. He has it. Throws to first, but Difo is safe. He beats out an infield single. And that'll bring up the Washington pitcher, Max Scherzer. 2-2 pitch to Scherzer. Popped up. He got it off the end of the bat into short right field. Fletcher goes back and makes the catch for out number 3. Washington strands another runner. We go now to the bottom of the second of a 1-0 game. 1-2 pitch to Bryant. Scherzer comes to the plate. Bryant swings and misses on a fastball at 96. And Hayward will now be the batter with an 0-2 count. Scherzer with the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Hayward is set down on strikes, and Contreras is the next batter. 2 outs and nobody on. 1-1 pitch to Hayward, to Contreras. And Contreras is hit. He's hit in the shoulder or maybe even in the arm. That's the 5th time he's been hit by his pitch this season. Santana will now bat with Contreras heading down to first and an 0-2 count. And Santana swings and misses. Scherzer strikes him out with a cutter. Chris Archer will now come back out to pitch for the Cubs in the top of the third. Washington is still ahead 1-0. Archer will be facing the top of the Nationals order here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 pitch to Adam Eaton. That is hit hard to left center field. That is going to be about 3 rows deep in the left center field stands. And the Nationals are now ahead 2-0 on the Adam Eaton home run. Good work by the fans out there to throw that ball back into the outfield. Soto will now be the batter against Archer. 1 strike count to Soto. Archer with the pitch. And that is hit hard to right center field, but that should be playable. Santana heads over and he makes the catch short of the warning track for out number 1. Trey Turner now comes up with a 1-2 count. Archer with the pitch. Lined over the third baseman's head into left field. Tauchman has it. Fires it quickly back into the infield and holds Trey Turner to a single. Eric Thames will now be the batter with 1 out and 1 man on. 1 strike count to Thames. Grounder to second. Fletcher has it. Throws to first. I guess that was Baez. Baez was playing on the other side of the base. Baez steps on second, fires to first to complete the double play. We go now to the bottom of the third inning of a 2-0 Nationals lead. Chris Archer will lead off, attempting to advance his own cause with an 0-1 count. And Archer slaps it into right field. That is going to drop in for a base hit. I feel like that Eaton didn't run in on that. If he'd charged in on a little harder, he might have made that play. But now Archer's on first and Tauschman the batter with nobody out. And the ball gets away. That is going to be scored a wild pitch, and Archer advances to second. Tauschman now hitting with a 1-1 count, runner in scoring position. Tauschman hits it up the middle outside of the reach of a diving Trey Turner. Archer is not able to score. He gets the stop sign from the third base coach, and he holds up. David Fletcher will now bat. Runners on the corners, nobody out, bottom of the third inning. Cubs trying to cut into the Nationals' lead here. 1-2 pitch to Fletcher. And Fletcher strikes out swinging on a high fastball at 94. Rizzo now the batter with 1 out, runners on the corners. 1 ball count to Rizzo. Rizzo lines that one down in the left field corner. That's going to score 1 run. Rizzo has an RBI single, and the Cubs now trail 2-1. Baez, the batter, with first and second and 1 out, and Baez has a chance to tie this game up or even give the Cubs the lead. 1 strike pitch to Baez. Hit high. The left fielder is tracking, and he is going to put that away for out number 2. Because of where that ball was hit, there was no chance for the runner on second to tag up, go to third, and now Chris Bryant will be the batter. Again, trying to help the Cubs get some more runs here in the bottom of the third. Full count pitch to Bryant. And Bryant hits it on the ground to third. The throw goes to first. I don't know why he didn't just step on the bag at third. But that will end the inning as Bryant grounds out 5-3. We go to the top of the fourth now. The Cubs have cut the Nationals' lead in half. It is now a 2-1 ball game. Archer is going to pitch to Asdrubal Cabrera to lead off the Nationals' half of the fourth. 1 strike pitch to Cabrera. That is hit high to straightaway center field. Going back and making the catch right at the ivy, Santana makes a great defensive play for out number 1. And Robles now the batter with a full count pitch and 1 out. And Archer strikes him out looking. Robles can't believe it. He thought that pitch was low. The umpire rung him up. Kurt Suzuki now is the batter. 2 outs. First pitch to Suzuki. Grounder to short. Baez has it. Throws over to first. And the Nationals are retired in order in the top of the fourth inning. We go now to the bottom of the fourth of a 2-1 Washington lead. Hayward is going to be the batter with a full count to Hayward. Hayward hits it very high into right center field. Hayward is going to have extra bases. He rounds first, heading to second. Rounding second, he's going to get all the way to third with a triple. He slides in safely, and Hayward has a leadoff triple in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Cubs now have the tying run 90 feet away, and Wilson Contreras will be the next batter. Contreras with a 1-strike count. Here comes the pitch. Contreras pops it up pops it up into very shallow center field. It looked like the infielder might go back to make that play, but the center fielder Robles actually came in to put it away for out number 1. Santana now the batter. Fly ball was not deep enough to allow the runner to tag up from third. Santana will bat with a 2-2 count. And he strikes out swinging. That is out number 2 for the Cubs. And Chris Archer. Chris Archer has a chance to tie this game up with his bat. He is 1 for 14 on the season, but he has his first base hit of the year earlier in this game. 0-2 pitch. And Archer strikes out swinging on a changeup. Well, the Cubs get a leadoff triple. They are not able to drive in the run. We go now to the top of the fifth inning. Still a 2-1 Nationals lead. Wilmer Difo will be the leadoff hitter for the Nationals. 2-2 pitch. Archer to the plate. Strike 3 swinging. That is strikeout number 4 for Chris Archer. And now Max Scherzer will be the next batter. 1-2 count to Scherzer. Strike three looking. That is strikeout number 5. And suddenly Archer quickly has retired the first 2 batters for Washington here in the 5th. Eaton now with a 3-ball count. Archer comes to the plate. And he misses outside with ball 4. Eaton heads down to first. Juan Soto will be the next batter. This is a situation where I feel like you don't really want to give Soto anything good to hit. Throw him some pitches down and see if you can get him to mash it into the ground. Strike three looking. He got a fastball right at the knees. And Archer gets 3 strikeouts mixed in with a walk in the 5th inning. We go down to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-1 Nationals. Tauchman, the Cubs leadoff hitter, will lead off in the bottom of the 5th. 0-2 pitch, Scherzer coming to the plate. Strike three swinging. Scherzer now has 7 strikeouts to his name. Fletcher will be the next batter. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be a single into right field for Fletcher over the second baseman's head. Fletcher makes the turn at first, but wisely retreats. And now Rizzo will be the next batter with 1 out and 1 man on. 1-2 count to Rizzo. Scherzer comes to the plate. That's a grounder. And Rizzo will be retired on the fielder's choice as nobody covered second on that play. It looked like it might have been a good double play ball. But nobody covered second, so Fletcher advances. Rizzo's out at first on the fielder's choice, and Baez now with a chance to tie up this game with runner in scoring position. 2-1 pitch to Baez. Baez hits it pretty hard and very deep out to center field. That is going to give the Cubs a 3-2 lead. Javier Baez has just hit home run number 10 of the season. 429 feet to just to the left of straightaway center field. 3-2 Cubs. Chris Bryant now the batter. Scherzer has just given up the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2 count to Bryant. Bryant swings and misses for strike 3. Well, the Cubs score 2 on the Baez home run and now lead this game 3-2. Top of the 6th, Archer coming out to work with 79 pitches under his belt. 2-2 count to Trey Turner. Strike 3 looking. That changeup just froze him. He was apparently looking for a fastball there. Certainly nothing off speed. Archer now has 7 strikeouts. And Thames will be the next batter with a full count. Archer with the pitch. And they say that Thames went around. Thames is not happy. As a matter of fact, very few of the batters are happy with this home plate umpire today. Now Archer is going to pitch to Cabrera with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 looking. Archer has just struck out the side. The Nationals go down 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 3-2 Cub lead. Jason Hayward will be the leadoff hitter for the Cubs in the bottom of the 6th as they send their 6, 7, 8 batters up to face Max Scherzer. 3-1 pitch. Scherzer. And Hayward hits a grounder to second. Routine play. Hayward is retired 4-3. Contreras now the next batter. 2-0 count to Contreras. And Contreras hits it very hard down the left field line. That is going to be another home run as he clears the seats out onto the street behind the left field wall. Contreras, home run number 5 this season. That one was measured at 414 feet, and the Cubs now have a 4-2 lead. Danny Santana is the next batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1-1 pitch to Santana. He lays down a bunt. Scherzer has to react quickly. He throws to first, and that is out number 2. And the Cubs will now send up their pitcher, Chris Archer, with 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2 pitch to Archer. Strike 3 swinging on the high heat. Archer's retired for out number 3. We go to the top of the 7th inning of a 4-2 Cub lead. Well, after Archer just batted for himself, David Ross has decided, I was going to use a relief pitcher anyway. So here's Zach Britton. Zach Britton, who I believe is now the only lefty in the Cub bullpen, is coming out to face Victor Robles, leadoff hitter for the Nationals, in the top of the 7th inning. Britton with a 2-2 count. Looking for the sign. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a single right back up the middle. Robles makes a big wide turn at first, but he heads back. Kurt Suzuki now the batter, with one man on, nobody out. Full count to Suzuki. Grounder to the third. Bryant has it. Throws over to first. Robles is pretty quick. There's no chance getting him at second, but Suzuki is out at first on what amounts to a sacrifice. It'll be scored as a 5-3 fielder's choice. And Wilmer Difo will be the next batter. Robles on second, one down. Britton still the pitcher, 1-2 count. Strike 3 swinging. Britton gets him on a cutter, it looked like, at 94. Robles still standing on second, and the Nationals are going to send up a pinch hitter, Yadiel Hernandez. He is 9 for 19 so far this season with 2 home runs. Hernandez batting with runner in scoring position and 2 out in the top of the 7th inning. 3-1 count. And he is walked. That's probably not the worst thing that could have happened in that situation, given Hernandez's success as a pinch hitter. Adam Eaton is now going to be the batter. He will stand in with 2 outs and 2 men on, and Britton at 21 pitches and a 3-1 count comes to the plate. Well, that is another walk. That is ball 4. Britton has now loaded the bases, and Juan Soto is the next batter. David Ross has seen enough. He brings out Brandon Morrow to face Juan Soto with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning. This is a key situation to the outcome of this game. Morrow needs to get this out in every imaginable way. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Popped up to left field. That is not going to be deep enough. The left fielder, Tauschman, makes the catch on the warning track. And the Nationals are retired. Soto missed a grand slam home run by about 10 feet. Well, fortunately, we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the Cubs maintaining the 4-2 lead. Today's guest conductor for the 7th inning stretch is the one and only, wait for it now, folks, I know you're in anticipation, we have got the lead singer of Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder, here today. The Nationals are going to bring out a new relief pitcher here in the bottom of the 7th. Steve Okert is going to come in to pitch. He is going to face Mike Tauschman in the bottom of the 7th. Cubs looking to extend a 4-2 lead. Okert has not been particularly effective. 16 1/3 innings, 6 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 23 earned runs allowed for an ERA of 12.67. Full count here, Okert pitching to Tauschman. And that is strike 3 called. Okert has just struck out Tauschman to lead off the 7th inning. David Fletcher now the batter with a 1-ball count. And Fletcher hits it very hard down in the left field corner. Fletcher rounding first. He is heading for second. He is going to slide into second with a double. I don't know if he even really needed to slide. He beat the throw by a considerable amount of time. However, Fletcher's on second, 1 out, and Rizzo's the next batter. 2-2 pitch to Rizzo. Okert getting the sign. Rizzo strikes out swinging on a fastball that was high and away. Rizzo heads back to the dugout, and Baez is the next batter. Baez is doing a pretty good job of breaking out of his slump lately. Hit a home run earlier in this game. Now comes up with runner on scoring position and 2 outs and an 0-2 count. That's going to be a base hit. That's over the third baseman's head, again down in the left field corner. Tauschman rounding third. or Fletcher, I'm sorry, rounding third. He heads home. Baez cruises into second with a stand-up double. That is an RBI double for Baez, and the Cubs are now ahead 5-2. Bryant will be the next batter. He is going to face a new Washington relief pitcher. This will be right-hander Jake Reed. Reed has appeared in 10 innings so far this season, allowed 8 earned runs, 11 walks to 5 strikeouts. I feel like the Nationals bullpen has betrayed them a bit in this series. Baez standing on second, Bryant the batter, 2 outs, 2-2 pitch. Reed getting the sign. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Bryant is set down, and that is the end of the 7th. We go now to the top of the 8th of a 5-2 Cub lead. Brandon Morrow, who retired Soto to end the 7th inning, is going to face Trey Turner to lead off the 8th. Morrow, first pitch to Turner. And that is hard hit into the gap in left center field. Turner rounds first. He is heading for second. He's going to have extra bases. The throw comes back in. Turner slides safely into second. That is a leadoff double for Trey Turner. Morrow will now face the lefty, Eric Thames, with a runner in scoring position, nobody out. 0-2 pitch, Morrow. Strike 3 swinging. He got him on a fastball at 95. Just threw it right past him. Asdrubal Cabrera now the batter. Switch hitter standing in from the left side against the righty Morrow. 1 out. Runner on second. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Morrow retires Asdrubal Cabrera for out number 2. And now Victor Robles will be the next Washington hitter. He comes up with 2 outs and a runner on second. 3-1 count to Robles. And that apparently missed a little low. Robles draws the walk, and Kurt Suzuki will be the next batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. 1-1 pitch to Suzuki. Grounder to second. Fletcher has it. Throws to Rizzo. And the side is retired. The Nationals strand 2 runners. We go to the bottom of the 8th of a 5-2 Cub lead. Jake Reed will continue to pitch for the Nationals. He will face Jason Heyward to lead off the Cubs half of the 8th inning. 1-1 pitch. Reed coming to the plate. Heyward hits it hard, but basically right at the second baseman. I feel like the second baseman just gets a pretty significant workout whenever Heyward comes up to the plate. Contreras now the batter. He'll be batting against the shift. They've moved 3 infielders to the left side. He's up there with a 2-2 count and 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Contreras strikes out swinging. That is a slider at 91. And Contreras is out number 2. Danny Santana will now be the next Cub batter. He is batting with a 1-1 count and 2 out. Santana hits a flare. Looks like Trey Turner is going to have that for out number 3. And the Cubs are retired in order in the 8th inning. We go to the top of the 9th now. 5-2 Cub lead. The Cubs are going to bring out their newly acquired closer, Ian Kennedy, from the Royals. Kennedy, so far this season, has thrown 12 innings, allowed 6 earned runs for a 4.50 ERA. He has walked 4 and struck out 16. He is going to face the 8-9-1 batters in the Nationals lineup. 1-2 pitch. Kennedy coming to the plate. And that is going to be a base hit up the middle. Santana has it. He gets it back in quickly. But it'll be a single to lead off the Nationals half of the 9th inning for Wilmer Difo. And that'll bring up one-time Cub Starlin Castro as a pinch hitter with 1 on, nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Kennedy with an 0-1 pitch. That is a fly ball out to straightaway center field that is over the center fielder's head. Apparently that was a ESPN highlight, and Almora gets the ball back in quickly as he was subbed in on the double switch in the last half of the inning. So now Adam Eaton comes up, actually representing the tying run against Kennedy. The Nationals have second and third, nobody out. Kennedy really struggling here in his first appearance with the Cubs. 2-2 pitch to the plate. There's a ground ball to first. Rizzo has it. Throws to Kennedy covering the base. They concede the run to get the first out. And now Soto will be the next batter. He is going to come up with runner on third and one out. And Kennedy with the full count pitch. Strike three swinging. Kennedy strikes out Soto for out number 2, and now the Cubs are 1 out away from winning this series against the Nationals. Trey Turner will be the next batter. He comes up with runner on third, 2 outs. Kennedy with the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. The run is going to score. It is now 5-4 Cubs. The batter is going to get all the way to second. Turner gets into second with a double. Castro scores from third. And Eric Thames is going to come to bat with the tying run in scoring position. 1-1 pitch from Kennedy. And that's a little nubber up the middle. Baez has it, throws to first. The Cubs bend, but they do not break here in the 9th inning. Kennedy manages to record his first save as a Cub, although it was a little bit of a hair puller. The Nationals score 4 runs, 2 in the 9th inning, off of 10 hits and no errors. The Cubs get 5 runs on 11 hits and no errors. Today's player of the game is Adam Eaton of the Nationals. Eaton went 2 for 3, scored twice, 2 runs driven in, and drew 2 walks. The Cubs' Chris Archer gets win number 3. He improves to 3-3. He threw 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 1 walk against 9 strikeouts, and he did allow I believe it was a solo home run to Adam Eaton. Scherzer, on the other hand, threw 6 innings, allowed 9 hits, 4 earned runs, and struck out 9, allowed 2 homers. Ian Kennedy gets his first save as a Cub, but I don't know if he's going to want to necessarily save the ball from this one. So that is the end of our game. Thank you for checking in, and make sure and see Game 4 of this homestand tomorrow. Thank you for listening to Replacement Player Baseball.